Hey, welcome back. Now let's pick up where we left off with this glorified egg. So the same way we did before with the other gemstones, now we're going to put emeralds on the egg. So let's create another hexagon on the XZ plane. Type in 15 millimeters, 90 degrees, and place the sketch. Now you can press the escape button, click on the check mark, and now you can extrude the hexagon. The reason why we're doing this way is because we don't have a hollow egg. If we had a hollow egg, you'd want to do an extrusion as we did before with the other gemstones, so creating a plane and then extrude until it reaches the egg. Type in 86 in the length of the extrusion and click on Finish. Now, as we did before, we need to cut the axis of this gemstone. So I create a sketch on the YZ plane, but this time we cannot do the offset as we did last time, so we need to create the geometry by hand. So draw a circle centered on the origin with 166 millimeters in diameter. And next create another one centered at the leftmost point of the egg with 326 millimeters in diameter. And for the rest of the geometry that we're going to cut with, the bottom horizontal line will have to be connected to the inner circle, and the top horizontal line will be connected to the outer one. Now you just have to trim the excess. Don't forget about this line in here. Create a reference line. And revolve cut the emerald. The same way as before, we're going to add some chamfers, this time with 3 millimeters in setback. And then we'll do the pattern. Select the protrusion, the cutout, and the chamfer. Select this top circle here. Make sure the count is 10, and finish the pattern. I then place the pearl on top of the egg. I did it by creating a circle, centered 0.5 millimeters above the top of the egg, with 10 millimeters in diameter. Then I placed the smart dimensions to lock it, divided it in half to then revolve. And I could do the revolve right now because, as I said before, we have a solid egg, not a hollow one, so you can do the extrusion even with bits on the inside. But let's make it more professional this time, more efficient. The way you do it is by selecting the Project to Sketch command and selecting the silhouette of the egg. Make sure you have single wireframe selected and click on the edge. Now you just need to trim the rest and finally do the revolve. You can add as much detail to the egg as you want or as your computer handles. So I'll show you a couple of extras that I did to mine. On the YZ plane I created another hexagon, 15 millimeters below the origin of the coordinate system. Place the line from the bottom left vertex of the hexagon with 50 millimeters in length at minus 90 degrees, and then created a curve to make it have sort of a teardrop shape. To make the teardrop more precise, I added tangent relationships in the order that you're seeing on the video. Then I trimmed the lines I didn't need, and did an extrude cut. Then I did the pattern and ended up with an interesting geometry on the inside, which is a cool place to put a diamond in. But I had another idea of filling the inside and just creating a groove on the outside. Notice that this circle doesn't go all the way to the edge of the egg. It only has 157 millimeters in diameter. The last thing that I did was add some ridges to the top portion of the egg. So I projected the silhouette to a sketch. And because I didn't want it to go all the way to the emerald and all the way to the pearl on top, I created some reference lines to then trim it. To do these ridges, I was going to use another solid edge tool, which is the sweep. And to do this, I created a plane normal to this curve and placed it right next to the emerald. You can do the ridges by creating a rectangle with 1.25 millimeters in height and 2.5 millimeters in width. As I did with the pearl, I projected the silhouette of the egg to a sketch. Trimmed the excess and then did the sweep. And to make it look better, I placed some rounds with 1 millimeter in radius. Then I created the pattern along the curve of the pearl. And there you go. And now comes the best bit, which is decorating. To do that, you come here to the View tab and click on Part Painter. You can select what material you want, what color you want, then select either a feature or a face or a solid. Click on it and paint it. After you've decorated your egg, you want to save a picture of it. To save the picture with as best quality as possible, you come to the Application button, Settings, Options, then click on View, and place 10 in the arc smoothness. Then you click Apply, OK, and finally to save the picture you come up here to the Save As and Save as Image. Select JPEG, and click on Options to set the resolution. Uncheck the Maintain Aspect Ratio option, put 1920 in the width, 1080 in the height, high quality, 600 dpi, and click OK. And then save it, and there you go. I hope you enjoyed these tutorials. There will be a bit of a break now to give you time to practice and design your parts for the CAD modeling competition. But in a few weeks' time, I'll be back to teach you how to design a cool bodywork for the kit car. I'll see you then. Take care.